Good morning, loved ones. I hope you had a good night's sleep. I want to start today's class with thanking you for your condolences of the loss of my grandmother. It means a lot to me that you care and that that you care about me. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. She was very old and not very present in the end. But of course, when someone passes, you remember everything. She was a wonderful grandmother when I was a child, and we always spent, a lot of time with her. And no, it's of course painful. She was also a very intelligent woman and very elegant and prominent. And I feel, in her generation, my grandfather was an engineer, and I think my grandmother took him through his studies. But she was the housewife and he was the engineer, and she was the smarter. But that was how the times were then, and he was a party guy. He was wonderful. My grandfather was this really charming, kind of alcoholic guy who didn't take his job that serious. And I know that my grandmother would have, she would have loved to work, but it wasn't allowed then. She wasn't allowed to study. She wasn't allowed to do all that. And I remember when she got older, I took time to sit with her. And she is Danish. She grew up in Copenhagen during the Second World War. And as children, we didn't understand any of that. But she told me this story of, I almost started crying now, but she told us this story, and I was so jealous of her growing up in the war, and that's how she kind of made us think of it as something beautiful. She told me when they bombed the candy kiosk, this little place where they could buy cigarettes and candy, and how she and the children on the street could, collect candy. And I remember being so jealous of that. She didn't tell us about the fear of soldiers walking on the streets, and how you had to be quiet, and all the kind of backstories of the war. She made it sound kind of exciting, And then my mother, I grew up in a family where you shouldn't take too much space as a person, and I think in my addiction, I take a lot of space. I'm like that, and I always felt ashamed of that, and I think it comes, from my grandmother to my mother to me. And I realized when I spoke to her, a few years ago, how that was a survival thing during the war. If you were just kind of melting into the back, no one really paid attention to you, and you'd survive. Whereas if you stick out in a war zone, you're a target. So I think it's very easy, when you heal as a person, I think it's very easy to kind of see, your family and all the mistakes, my parents has done and their parents has done, and whereas you have to understand the circumstances and forgive and love the people for where they were and what they had. And I feel very grateful for recovery for that, because I think in the end, me and my grandmother could speak about addiction, and we could speak about a lot of things, and I think maybe I even helped her to forgive my grandfather a little bit, and that means a lot to me. We're gonna do a bit of yoga, so get down on your sitting bones and straighten your back up. And also please share with me what you're grateful for. Close your eyes and focus on the area between your eyebrows, the third eye looking inwards. Observe your breathing and where it's located in your body. We're gonna start taking control over our breath. So on the inhalation, feel how your belly is expanding. On the exhalation, drag your belly button towards the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're gonna come back to this breathing eventually, but before we do that, we're gonna do the breath of fire, and we do that by pushing our belly button towards the spine, quick and fast, for 100 breaths. Inhale to start. Beautiful. Now we're gonna do the hip roll. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And switch direction. We're also gonna do a neck roll. Inhale back. Exhale forward. We're gonna switch direction. Beautiful. Now we're going to come to all fours. We're going to place our hands straight underneath our shoulders and the knees straight underneath our hips. On the inhalation, come forward. Look halfway up to see. Exhale, come down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Beautiful. We're gonna finish today in the butterfly. So I'm gonna place the pillow. We're gonna do the meditation like this. So place the soles of your feet together. Place a pillow as close to your body as possible, and then lay down and spread your arms. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. We're going to do that 2 more times. Now we're just going to let go of the breathing. Focus your attention. Close your eyes and focus on the area between your eyebrows, the third eye looking inwards. Let this eye lead you to the area around your heart. In this area, you find an inner room where you're going to spend some time just for yourself. There's nothing that has been and nothing that will come. It's only you in this moment. Inhale, come up. We're going to come to Taylor's position. Get down on your sitting bones and straighten your back up. Close your eyes and focus on the area between your eyebrows, the third eye looking inwards. No, sorry. Now I'm sorry, we're going to finish this close together with Krishanti. Place your palms together in front of your heart and inhale to start. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Place your palms to your forehead for you to think good thoughts through the day, to your mouth for you to speak the truth, and to your heart for you to follow your heart and to be kind to yourself and to other people. Namaste. Thank you so much. I love you guys and I'll see you tomorrow. Remember to go out there and give. Bye.